This tutorial video will show you how to complete a SIMnet project in SIMnet. First thing you want to do is navigate to the SIMnet project area. Most likely you'll navigate there from your LMS such as Canvas or Blackboard or D2L. What will happen is the first time you go to a SIMnet project, you'll have to read the best practices and acknowledge that you've read those. The best practices document that you download has information on best practices to use when completing a project, and then the actual steps that you'll go through to complete a project. It shows you a couple different ways to do it, and we'll talk about that in this video. After reviewing the best practices, what you want to do next is you want to download the start file and the instructions. You can use either instructions for Mac or Windows. Those are both available, but download both of those to use for the project. Very important that you use the instructions provided here and the start file provided here. In some projects, you will also find resource files. So if there are additional files that you need for the project, they will appear down below the start file, and it'll be a section called resource files. You will download that file, which is a zip folder, extract it, and then you'll use those resource files in the project. To start the project, you'll read the instructions. You downloaded the file already, and you will use that, and you'll go through and complete all of the instructions. Carefully read them. You might want to print out the instructions, which will be helpful, or at least split your screen so you can read the instructions and work on the file at the same time. After you complete the project, all the instructions, you've completed the file, make sure you save and close it, and then you'll return to the SIMnet area and upload and grade that file. In the SIMnet area, after you've completed your project, you can upload the file. So I'm going to click on the upload button, browse to the desktop where I saved the file, and click open. And it's uploading the file, and then it'll ask me if I'm ready to submit the file for grading or no, if I'd rather just save it. If you want to save it and work on it later, you can say no, I'm not ready, and it will save your file in the SIMnet system. You can continue working on it later, or you can say yes, submit the file, and it will grade the file. In the grading area, it will show you your score, show you how many points you received out of the possible and a percentage score. It will also show you detailed areas that you got partially correct and incorrect, and you could even view the correct areas also. If you click on that, green is correct, blue is partial, red is incorrect. I can turn off the correct, so I just displays the partial and incorrect, and I can see exactly what I did incorrectly. The numbers correspond to the instructions in the instructions. So on 6C, I did something incorrect here, so I can go back and correct that. It tells me I did 30-point spacing instead of 36-point spacing. If you have areas that are incorrect on your project, you could redo that, correct those, and resubmit the project. So you can click back on the SIMnet project here. It'll take you back to the project area. Make the corrections, upload the file again, and grade the file. This was my first attempt, and it shows me how I did. If I want to go view that again, I can click on attempt, and it'll take me back and show me my detailed annotations of what I got right and wrong. It shows it to me over here as well as over here. If I want to go back to the project, I can go back here. And that's it. I would encourage you to work on it, correct errors, and learn from it as you go. Make sure, again, that you start with the start file, use the instructions from this project area, read and follow the instructions very carefully, and that should do it for a SIMnet project.